Welcome back to the KSS, where we get to interact with industry experts. Here they get to share their stories and their creative journeys. My name is Poppy Kalu, and I'm the host for today. It's about to be another insightful session, and even better, because for the first time, we have a woman on the show, and I'm so excited. She's an icon, she's beautiful, she's creative, an interior designer, an amazing mom. Guys, I'm sure you can't wait to see her. She'll be on your screen shortly when we return from this short break. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Mrs. Loveling Chinenye O'Brien, the Chief Creative Director of Woodsworth International Limited. Hi, Ma.
Hello.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank
You're looking
you. Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
You know, I mentioned you're the first one on the show.
Yeah, you did.
How does that make you feel?
Like a trailblazer. I feel like, the pioneer, Kiniko and all that. So I feel good about it.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
So, please tell us about yourself.
My name is Loveline. Like you said, I'm the creative director of Woodsworth International Limited. We are an interior design firm and a furniture manufacturing company based in Enugu. Been doing this business since 2010, so this should be our 14th year or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
From my research, you started out as a banker. Yeah, so, why did you transition?
You want the truth?
Yeah,
I lost my job.
sorry about that.
So I lost the job, and it was either, but before then, everybody has a dream of starting out on their own and all that. But most of us, we really do not have the guts to set up,
Leave,
to
yeah.
leave and stuff. So when Sanusi happened, that's why I like telling my story.
Okay.
That time that banks had to recapitalize and stuff, and then they had to lay off some staff and all that, I was affected. So this was an opportunity to either jump ship, or in fact, I was pushed out of the ship, so to speak, or to climb back there, or to set out on my own.
Okay.
And I decided to set out on my own. That's what happened. Yes.
So let's say it's a blessing in disguise.
As of that time, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was really very scary, taking that push, being a single mom, rather a widow with 3 kids. I mean, it was really scary. So, but somehow I was convinced that somehow, let me give it a trial. There's no harm in trying, like they say. So if I fail, I can always crawl back there or go do something else. Yeah.
So from that point, what sparked your interest for art and furniture?
Okay.
And how did you turn that into a business?
Okay, what sparked my interest was the first day I entered my late husband's house. I noticed an Adire dining tablecloth. What we're used to seeing then was lace tablecloths,
Yeah.
those lace and stuff. So I had never seen Adire used as a tablecloth. So that thing caught my attention, one. And then secondly, his house was simple. We're used to having big furniture all over the place and stuff. I mean, his taste was something else. I hadn't seen anything like that. Very simple, yet it was stunning. So that was how I started training myself virtually to really look at interiors and like, oh, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? I don't know. I didn't know I was ever going to end up as an interior designer, really. But that thing made me pay attention to other interiors to also know, why is this place not working? I don't know if you get, because I mean, the devil is in the details, right? So you had to know, why is this not working, for you to know what you will put in place for it to work. So that was how, I picked interest in interior design. Although then, I didn't know that this was what I was going to do in life. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, and then what also sparked my interest was the Adire.
Okay.
How it was infused into the interior.
Tablecloth, yeah.
And I mean, everything all looked together. It all came together and it was quite stunning.
Interesting. So before we proceed, you didn't mention your educational background. You said you started learning things from that point. What about your educational background, and what courses did you take that helped you?
My educational background, I read cooperatives and rural development in Essex.
What? Sorry.
Cooperatives and rural development
Okay.
in Essex. That was what I read.
Okay.
And then I took a course in interior design.
Okay.
Impets Academy of Arts and Design.
Okay.
That's it. And then I think this thing is inborn, so to speak. It's a gift, right? What you learn is the terminology, so to speak. I mean, you have to have the language.
Yeah.
Just like doctors, instead of saying you have a wound, we say trauma. So I had to learn the language. But aside the language, the gifts has always
inborn.
been there.
Okay. Right. So being a woman in a male-dominated industry, What challenges were you facing or do you still face now, and how have you been able to overcome them?
Well, people always ask about being a woman in a male-dominated field, and I always wonder at that. Reason being that I see myself as human, not really like a woman. You
Okay.
know, when you have that chip up on your shoulders, you will notice. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like you're out there in the world knowing that, or rather feeling that, oh, because I'm in a male-dominated field, they have to be feeling somehow about me and stuff. And when you look out for that, you will see it. You will see that thing that you think is discrimination or whatever. I don't know
Okay.
if you get.
Okay.
So I'm blind to it. I'm
Okay.
just a human in an
First.
industry with other humans, and all, both male and female, we're all facing the challenges.
Yeah.
The challenges won't come and say, oh, because you're female, that's why this thing is happening to you. I don't know if you get.
Yeah.
So you feeling that you're a woman in a male-dominated field, I think it's just a red flag. Like, I don't know if you get.
Okay.
And then you begin to attract all sorts of things to yourself. So you're human. You
Before
have
a
human
woman.
challenges.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then that's how I see it.
Okay.
And then I don't try to be a man because I can't be a man. I'm a woman. I don't know if you get.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't
get.
have to be a man to be in a male-dominated field. I don't have to. I just have to be the best of a human I can to dominate, to thrive, so to speak.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's this common story that you made millions just selling throw pillows. How true is that, and how is that possible?
I'm just hearing it myself. I'm
Interesting.
just hearing it. Yeah, I'm just hearing this. Yeah, we make money from selling pillows and stuff. So I don't know about millions, but we make money from selling pillows.
Okay. Okay, so your dream for Woodworth, when I checked your page, you say one of your dreams for Woodworth is to have it in all spaces. And from the name Woodworth International, how many states and countries have you supplied to?
So far, we've done all the states in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah, then we've done some African countries. In
Okay.
fact, we have our chair. There's a famous chair we call Ogini that is
Yeah.
sitting in India
Yeah.
as we speak.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we have our chairs in Ghana. We also have our chairs in India, Ghana. Then we have in South Africa. Then we have our pillows like in London, America, all over. Yeah.
Wow, that's really a big deal.
It is.
Okay, so there's this, you just mentioned the Ogini,
The Ogini chair.
chair, yes. When I went through your page, I saw the Ogini chair, and then I saw some other iconic pieces like, okay, I have a favorite, that's the
What's that?
Omalicha skirt.
Oh,
You know, I
yeah.
mentioned it to you, and I saw you rocking it so well, the Omalicha skirt, and
Okay.
then the Kanayo seat.
Okay, yeah,
So how do you
chair.
come about naming these pieces?
You know, the pieces they speak to you. You know, names they have meaning. Like when you say Omalicha is beautiful. So when you look at that skirt, it's actually very pretty.
Yeah.
So and then the name is very obvious that it should be Omalicha.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
And then Ogene. Why we named Ogene? You know, Ogene is like a musical instrument.
Yeah.
And nobody can actually resist the sound of Ogene. If you're Igbo, I mean, Ogene is something else, right? So that chair, looking at that chair, what it evoked is music, sound, Ogene, something that will announce us. We've sold over 200-300 pieces of that Ogene.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of our best sellers, right?
Okay.
So it actually turned out to be Ogene. It's music, right? And then the colors are vibrant, just like how you would feel when you listen to music, right?
Okay.
So that's why it was named Ogene.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's special about your pillows?
Have you seen them before?
Yeah.
And
I've
you
seen
can
the
see they're
designs.
special, right?
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
When you look at them, you know they're special, right?
So the specialty now, is it in the designs or the fabrics you use?
Fabric is also part of the design. When we design pillows, what we have in mind is for it to, what I refer to as a vodka, tequila shot feel. Like when we design them, we want them to jolt your interior. So they don't just sleep when they're in your space. Do you understand? So they shake up your space. So assuming that you want, how will I put it now? You want a home makeover on a budget, so to speak. Once you introduce our pillows to your space, it does the magic. So I believe that's why they sell. And then the designs are distinct. Once you see our designs, you know this is Woodsworth.
Yeah.
Because they are bespoke and they're very authentic.
Okay.
Get?
Yeah, so that brings me to the next question. Your bespoke signature fabrics,
Okay.
are they internationally or locally sourced?
Okay, like our signature prints, we design them here, but we print them in Turkey.
Oh,
So why we do that is just to make sure that they have international standard. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't have good fabric company here in Nigeria. Doesn't mean that I'm not, I mean, I'm also a locally manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
Local manufacturer, so to
Yeah.
speak. But why we chose Turkey is to also have that international standard.
Okay.
You understand? It's not like as if Nigeria is not up to standard. So the idea was conceived here in Nigeria, printed in Turkey, sewn here, and still exported back to the world. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why they are special, so to speak. So the fabrics are authentic,
Yeah.
they are bespoke, and then we take our times. Most of our work, if you can see, they are all patchworks.
Yeah.
I think you've noticed, right? So the patches are a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? To make a whole. Do you understand? That's why they are in patches.
Yeah.
So as an artist, we break down and then we build. So that's the concept behind the patchworks, right? So it's breaking up and then making a whole. So in the patches you see, and then even as humans, we're all fragmented. We're all broken pieces from our experience in life, from do. But somehow we all come together to make a beautiful piece. So it also tells a story. The patchwork tells a story of no matter how broken you are, there's still something beautiful coming out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. The other day, you voiced your concerns about we the Igbos losing some of our cultural fabrics, like the akwete. So how do you plan to contribute to preserving these fabrics?
Okay. I'm not a weaver.
Okay.
Akwete is a woven textile, so I'm not a weaver. So the way I can contribute to it is by starting up a conversation about it, like how we're doing now, then hoping that weavers and textile makers would take up the challenge to bring back this our fabric.
Yeah.
But we also have a fabric that looks like akwete. One of our signature fabric looks like akwete. But it's not the main thing. It's not the main weave, right? Because akwete is woven. But we have the design, akwete design, in our signature fabric. So this is our own little way of making sure that that textile does not die. Yes. So we're infusing it in our work. But I would want to work with an authentic piece, like properly woven, just like our people of old did.
Yeah.
You get? We have some people, some Igbos doing the weaving now, but it's not the akwete design. We have a few people doing the akwete, but I would love the akwete to be mainstream like Ashoke is. Now, can you imagine the amount of Ashoke fabrics that are being used in fashion now? I mean, it's like mainstream.
Yeah.
They use Ashoke to even make shoes, to make bags, to make clothes, and I even use them in my work. But I cannot use akwete. Why? Because it's expensive.
Okay.
Do you understand? Ashoke is cheaper. And then imagine the amount of work the weavers are getting. Do you get?
Yeah.
But here, that art is dying. And also, I also think because the weavers are not so much now. They are not passing on this craft to the younger generation.
Yeah.
Unlike Ashoke. Ashoke, I mean, you go to a village in maybe Oguno, one of these days, you see weavers. But you don't have this in Akwete here. So it's quite sad. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's really, really very sad. I'm Igbo, I'm onye Igbo, and Akwa Igbo, Akwete. So manancho traditional wear now, Jeite, Ashoke. And that is so bad.
Okay, you said you would start a conversation about it.
I've started the conversation. I already have a print that mimics Akwete.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
In order to just make sure that Akwete does not die. But that is not the original Akwete. The original Akwete is woven. This is on polyester. This is on cotton polyester fabric, right? But original Akwete is woven with threads and kini. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I would want that to also go mainstream, just like Ashoke has gone mainstream.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of us might have some kind of ashoke pieces in our wardrobe, maybe a cap or something infused in your clothes and stuff. But how many of us here have an aquete infused clothes?
I don't even know what it looks like.
You don't even know what you see now. I know one feeble kibu, so it's really not okay at all. So we need to start that conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so can you walk us through your creative process, right from when a client meets you and then when you finish the product? Just walk us through that process.
I would say that I create and then I sell. The clients rarely influence what I create.
Oh,
So I already have the products in place.
okay.
So what they do is they buy. So
Okay.
maybe the question should be, the client, yeah, I produce for a client, but it's something that in mathematics that you call it X. You know, find the unknown X. So I have a client in mind, but no name yet, right?
Okay.
So when I design, I have a picture of the people I design for. Do you
Okay.
get?
Yeah.
So this is called customer avatar, so to speak. So you have your customer avatar. So like sometimes there's this pillow that we did, you know, pink, very soft colors and stuff. I had a young girl like you in mind when I was making the pillow,
Okay.
right? So something that I know would appeal to the Barbies, so to speak.
Yeah.
But the Barbies who love tradition, the Barbies who are African,
Yeah.
the Barbies who want to go back to their roots. So, and then the Barbie will see and then come, and then we sell to the person. Do you get? So it's not the customer that tells me, yeah. And then sometimes, or most times, I of course, I understand in marketing, in selling stuff, right? You don't sell to your taste. I mean, because your taste can be everybody's taste, right?
Yeah.
But I always keep my designs authentic. And then something that I like. Might not necessarily be my taste, but something that I like.
Okay.
Now, there are some designs when you bring them, I don't touch them. I don't know if you get, because they don't resonate. Like there was something you asked, you said, why do I give names? How do I get, bring up names, for my products and all that? So if it doesn't speak, I can't give it a name. I don't know if you get. So if I'm just looking at the Naira and okay, let me cater to everybody, some of the products won't speak. So if the products, if they don't speak, I don't touch them. You understand now?
Yeah.
So that means I'm true to myself, I'm authentic. And this is something that has to resonate. Yeah.
Right, so you mentioned you being authentic. So how do you stay authentic and still adapt to the changes in your industry?
How you stay authentic really is, you must have to have a high dose of self-esteem. If you're a people pleaser, naturally, you would want to go with the trend. You can't stand out. If you're not comfortable in your own skin, you can't stand out, right? I mean, I see you with your kinky hair, you're on TV, you're not wearing straight bone, you're authentic, you're you. So what it means is that even when you produce, if you're into production and all that, it will have your signature on it. Because naturally, you're authentic. So, but if you're not somebody who is authentic, personally, you're not a shapeshifter now, so to speak. Like you can't change, right? If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's how I'm able to stay authentic. So you see trends, you see stuff and all that. But if it doesn't speak, then that's fine.
Interesting. Would you say tech has in any way shaped or helped your business?
Will I consider Instagram as tech?
Yeah.
So if it's, sorry that I asked there, all right? I would say the way I like to describe myself, when we started out this conversation, you asked how I would describe myself. I forgot to tell you that I am technologically impaired.
Okay.
And that's the word I would use. Like, if you use my knowledge of tech to judge me, you would call me an olodo, so to speak, right?
Okay.
So, but Instagram has been one tool that has helped us reach the world virtually. We're in Enugu, but we serve, the 90% of our customers come from outside of Enugu. And it's Instagram and it's tech that has helped us do that. Do you get? For a lot of people feel that we're actually ignoring the local, I don't know how the local culture, local whatever, so to speak. But, when we started out, my idea was a global brand, was the world, right? So it's not like as if I'm ignoring Enugu. or anything like that, right? But this was what I set out to do. Like, I must reach the world. Even if I am in Uboka or even inside Ezego, from there, I must reach the world. And Instagram, tech, so to speak, has been the driving factor. Yeah.
And your Instagram page is doing very well.
Yeah, it is.
It's doing
Although
very
with the recent algorithm, everybody's crying now and stuff. I mean, we're surviving.
Okay. So would you consider yourself a writer? Because I go through your captions and I see the stories you tell behind each piece. So do you also consider yourself a writer?
Yes, I am. I am a writer. Though I've not written any book, yes, I'm a writer.
Okay.
Growing up, I started reading as early as 3 years. Or maybe even is an age younger than that. Yeah, even before I started nursery school. I was doing Lady Bird, all those books. I'm never without a book. In fact, in my car now, I have a book. So I was like, in case you guys are wasting time and all that, at least I'll keep myself entertained and all that. Yeah.
Wow.
So I know I owe the world not just a book, books, right? But I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'll definitely do it.
Okay.
Definitely.